I'm Ashley, and I normally travel with my husband Christian, but in February of 2020, I headed to Patagonia with my dad. I fell in love with the glaciers, food, and wild landscapes. With the news of Argentina reopening for tourism, I decided now was finally the perfect time to post my travels from a place known as the end of the earth. Today is the day we're doing the tour where we're getting to go on a boat that will take us past a bunch of glaciers, and then we're going to one of the estancias, and then we're doing a trek through something called Fossil Canyon, which is about an 8-mile trek. It'll be about 12 hours, so we'll be back here when the sun is setting. On our boat, which is going to take us past 3 glaciers. People usually go to Perito Moreno as their main one. We're doing this one because we get a little bit closer, and this is also part of the Southern Patagonian Ice field, which is a really cool area. Our day started by taking a boat across Lake Argentino's northern arm and up to the farthest point in the Upsala Channel to see the Upsala Glacier. Back here is in the front. We're about halfway to the glaciers. Then we'll be at the Estancia where we'll leave for our trekking. While the icebergs are incredible to see up close, they're also part of the reason Upsala isn't more accessible, because they inhibit boats from getting any closer. It took us about 2 hours to get from the port to the Estancia, but we did stop quite a few times to marvel at the ice. Back here is the Upsala Glacier, which we can't get any closer to because the seabed is a bit higher. This isn't the glacier that you can walk on or anything because this one is receding, so they want to protect it. Our 4x4 that will take us to where we're going to go hike from. It's about a 45-minute ride. While this ride was extremely bumpy and rugged, it was so much fun. We headed up far into the Giglio Mountains, and after a 6-mile 4x4 adventure, we've made it to the starting point of our trek, and it's about 9 kilometers down. We're going back down to the Estancia, where we'll take the boat back across the lake. This rock is super colorful and pretty, and there's supposed to be a lot of fossils here. The first section of our trek was only 20 minutes long and took us to the beautiful Upsala Glacier Viewpoint, which is only accessible from Estancia Cristina. This was my first time seeing the Andes Mountains, which was also very special for me. This whole area back here is the Upsala Glacier.
that you saw this morning, it's about to slide, but in the other side.
We headed farther into the Southern Patagonia ice field to start our 14-kilometer trek into Fossil Canyon. This is one of the most colorful places that I've ever seen. This is the Fossil Canyon, 140 million years old, and we just saw a fossil up there, and then we're gonna go down and look at some more, but the rest of our trek takes us through this canyon, and then we go back to the lake that way, but you can see all the colors. We saw a bird called an Argentinian condor, and I guess it's really rare to see them out here, probably just because they don't like to be around people. It's really pretty. So cool to see it fly over. This canyon is aptly named Fossil Canyon because of the sheer amount of marine fossils here. We saw so many ancient fossils, and some of the rocks literally sparkled in the sunlight. We probably have like another hour left, but we came to another great viewpoint. You can see all the mountains back here. And then back here is the lake that we rode by on the truck on the way up here. Went back up in that area, up by the Upsala Glacier, and then back down through this canyon. So we've come really far away. So we just walked down that big old ridge behind us. It was literally like an incline like this the whole time, down. The Estancia is back in view back here. She said it's still like an hour and a half. The last section of our trek took us through grassy meadows and turquoise waters. I wouldn't say this is a difficult hike, but you do need to be somewhat in shape. It honestly took more endurance than anything else, but it's totally doable. The variety of terrain and landscapes are very unique to this specific trek and all accessible from El Calafate. We finally made it back to the Estancia. It took about 5 hours, I'd say, like a 5-hour hike down. I'd say it was definitely like some of those views and those places we were hiking were not accessible otherwise. And even this is something you can't come to without one of their tours, and so that hike is basically like their hike. The Estancia is rewarding us for making it back with a free drink. Done with the Estancia, and we're headed back to El Calafate on the boat. This was an awesome experience. I'm gonna link below. We went directly through the Estancia so that it was a little bit cheaper than using like Viator or another third party. They have different options. You can do horseback riding, or you can just do a tour of the Estancia, which I don't know if I mentioned what an Estancia is, but it's a South American ranch. Officially made it back to our hotel. I am so tired, and I can tell I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow. So sore.